Hi everybody,
Hi.
Jenny and Susie back with Mother's Little Helpers with another one of our world famous Thursday night videos.
With wine.
Yeah, and we thought we would take the opportunity to tell you a little bit about the Shaklee business and why it may be for you. And also to tell you a little bit about added incentives that the company has added through August 10th, and just a little bit of why or how we ended up here and what it's about, because I think both of us had kind of we had created a narrative around network marketing in general, and then also the people who participate in it, and boy, I think we're really glad that we kind of got over that, and instead of listening to our story that we created that wasn't rooted in reality, that we stopped to listen to what it actually is and what the actual experience looks like, so that then we could decide whether it was something we wanted to move forward with. So without further ado, Susie Lee.
Hi.
This isn't our first class either.
No,
It's
it's
video time.
It's probably at least one. Yeah.
Also, the noise that you hear coming through would be my children.
They're throwing a party up
and
there.
the GD dog up there with
Hashtag GD dog.
Hashtag GD dog
Look her up.
with their father. The children, not the dog.
Yes.
Right.
So,
Take it away.
with that cleared up, we cleared all that up first. That is one of the many benefits of owning your own Shaklee business.
Mm-hmm. This is a working
We are
video
working right now. But it's true. That's something that's really fun, is that you can work and hang out with your friend and drink wine and do videos and stuff. And for me, it's something that I've never done before. I've worked in professional environments before. I've worked in offices and stuff, but everything's been out of the house and nothing that I really have loved. GD Dog is trying to contribute right here. I'm just gonna keep talking. Let's see if she can shut me down here. So, do you want me to wait?
No, just keep going.
So, for me, one of the unexpected weird benefits, just creeping right in, is that I have had more motivation to do lots of different things, like work related and as well as working out. I kind of started both journeys at the same time of like owning my own business and working out. So they kind of helped each other. So on days when I don't work out, maybe I don't feel as motivated to work and vice versa. So that's been kind of helping me kind of keep these things going. But also for me, and my husband can totally attest to this, nap time when my kids would, nap time, my kids don't sleep during the day. Nap time would be a time when I would just shut everybody out. He could not talk to me for at least 2 hours. Everyone had to be away, because I think a lot of us understand the touched out, talked out, just everything out feeling that you can get sometimes. And so I would be in a place where I just wanted to stare at the TV, just watch some shows, and just chill out for a long time. Sometimes 2, sometimes more than 2, 3 hours. And that, I think, is fine. I'm still going to continue to do that and to watch my TV. I love my TV. But I would get to a point where I would be doing that for a few hours, and then I would feel really tired afterwards and really depressed, like when you're sitting for too long. And I would be snacking too, because I'm just sitting on the couch, and I would get really lethargic, and that was not good for my mental state. I mean, I already have mild depression, and so for me, like sitting for 2 or 3 hours at a time and not engaging my mind for that long was bad. So now I actually get really excited about the things that I'm doing with Shaklee and the things that I'm doing for my business, and it's stuff that I'm dictating. That's the cool thing, is that we're deciding what we want to do. So when Mother's Little Helpers was born, it was like new project, new idea. So now I can be like, oh, I'm going to write a blog during nap time, or I'm going to write some ideas down during nap time, or get some things going. And it's really fun because it actually gives me something to do that's productive, and then I'll like treat myself with a show afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's been really exciting for me.
And I think sometimes they always say like the first thing you do in a day is the most important because it sets the tone for everything else. So I'm the type of person who will actually write things down on a list even if I've already done them, because the satisfaction of crossing it off is just something you really need, especially as a stay-at-home mom when every day can kind of look exactly like the next. I agree. It's really nice to have something that, when you have something that you can cross off your list, maybe you're less prone to vegging out and missing out on all the other things that you feel like you need to get done to feel productive. And so I agree with Susie. And along with mindfulness, for me, when I first started, I thought I was looking for a challenge to satisfy my professional desires. I had a law degree, but I had been home with my kids, and let's hope they're all still with us. I was feeling, even when I felt really good as Jenny the mom or Jenny the wife, which, by the way, wasn't all the time, there was still not a lot of room for Jenny the person, and I was really feeling a void in my life. Now, I didn't realize that Shaklee was going to address that for me in an emotional way. I thought it would give me something to do. I saw, what everyone else sees when you hear network marketing, which is, trips and full-time income with part-time hours and the glitz and glamour of it, which, by the way, is completely legitimate. We personally know many individuals who started out with no background in sales, no background in business, and are literally doing just that. Like, we have friends who are going on these trips, and that's wonderful.
Paid for,
absolutely, and we will be there.
Yep.
But the important thing to know is that in the immediate way, or when you first join, there are ways that I think this can address different aspects of your life before you're, being jetted off to Tuscany. And that is it was really surprising to me how deeply, we're full tack here tonight. I think that it really surprised me how big that void had become without me even knowing it until I started addressing it. And I was hooked up with a network of new people in my life. Some of them I've never met, and some of them I haven't spoken to more than once. But as a mom, I was finding it really difficult in my 30s to meet new friends without being in the comfort zone of like school or work. It's really hard to walk into a group of women and say, "Hi, my name is Jenny. Will you be my friend?" And that's what it felt like. And I was very lucky to have kind of sussed out a little place for myself in a group of women. But this really just added enrichment to my life that I didn't know that I needed. So there's that. And then also, along the lines of not feeling personal fulfillment, I think that I was at a dinner party or a cocktail party where not everybody had children, which is kind of rare at the place in life that my husband and I are. It seems like everyone we know is kind of like married and has young kids. And someone asked me something about what I enjoy, and I immediately and unconsciously started responding with things my children enjoy and things my husband enjoys. And they kind of were looking at me strangely and said, "Yes, but what do you like to do?" And I almost teared up, and I realized that I really didn't know the answer to that question because it had been so long since I had stopped to answer it for myself or pursue the things that would fill that question or answer that question, that it really took me aback. And I realized that I really had lost sight of the things that made me me. And when I did answer that question, it was from things that I enjoyed long before I had children, because that was the last time I remembered being able to do anything for myself. I did not realize that starting this, along with what Susie said, kind of carved out space for me to have time to pursue things for me. I had a lot of trouble doing that prior to joining Shackley because it felt arbitrary and it felt like me saying, mommy needs time for mommy. And I understood that self-care was important, but I think like a lot of women, I felt a lot of guilt whenever I went to do the things, even though I knew it was important. Yeah. And with this, it felt like an entry point into that exploration in a way that I didn't need to apologize because it was for the family in a global way, and it really kind of was a tangible explanation of like what's good for the individual is good for the whole, and that is something that I don't think I can put a price on. So as we're both building our businesses and as we're starting to really see the financial potential with this, it's great, and believe me, that is something that we really look forward to, is being on those trips together on the beach with our families or without. But in the short term, there's really so much more that we couldn't have expected. So if that sounds like something that appeals to you, we'd really love to host a get-together, either a one-on-one with you or with a small group, and talk a little bit more about the things that this company has meant for us, because it's not all jet setting, and it's not all, your wallet suddenly is bursting at the seams. Right. It's actually more than that, which was the part that was surprising to us.
Yeah, the emotional fulfillment is something that I think isn't spoken about a lot. I think that it's good to discuss that. And I think that that's something that we both felt right off the bat. And so it would be easy for us to show you our paychecks or to show you pictures of us in Maui or whatever, but we're not there yet. We're just starting out. But the fact that we're this jazzed about this is because of these other reasons as well. So right. Yeah, absolutely. Please contact us if you want to have a discussion, and we can drink some wine and have some chats. Clearly, we love our
It's about balance, people. It's about balance. You have to get your body in order, and then drink wine also.
Yes,
it's good for your heart. But what I will say is, if you take a look at the Gold Pack on one of our Shackley websites, you'll see that they've added a tremendous amount of product during this push, or this special that they're running. Special. And both of us are really wishing we could join all over again, because you get 2 months or 3 months total of Vitalizer. No, 2 months of Vitalizer.
So the Vitalizer, which is the big vitamin strip, the big mama vitamin strip, comes in your Gold
Mamba
Pack.
Jamba.
You get an extra one of those for free, and you get the vitalizing protein, which is my favorite. It's so good. It's the one that tastes and smells like frosting. It's wonderful.
Yes.
And you get both of those things for free. So you get 2 vitalizers and 2 vitalizing proteins.
Yes. So that's
awesome.
That's in addition to what you would ordinarily get. So the value, if you break down the price for the products that you get in your pack, is nuts. So we really encourage you to take a look at it. It may be for you, it may not be for you. But in any case, we'd love to have a conversation with you. And
just thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, contact both of us individually. If you want to find us anywhere, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and if you use the hashtag Mother's Little Helpers, you can find us really easily.
Yes. And
there'll be a website soon too.
Yeah, coming soon. Also, don't forget to subscribe and kick us a like or whatever the equivalent on YouTube is.
Subscribe, comment, subscribe.
And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye.